So MVP, or minimum viable product, as we call it in the industry, is actually not a strategy. It's a delivery tactic, especially right now. I actually like to call it max vendor profit to my clients because it often skips, as this commenter is saying, some of the hardest, most critical parts of the implementation in order to get you to implement faster so that vendors can move on to the next project. It often skips over things like process reengineering, adoption planning, change management. I hate that word, but most people know it. And it pushes you into paying to fix things that should have been part of the replan, or as the most expensive part of the implementation, the re's, right? Redo, redesign, replan, rescope. And the reason for this really is that the industry is just moving away from these big bang implementations. They're very high risk and they're incredibly expensive. Typical software vendors don't really want you to do that because they obviously still want you to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on their system and to implement their system. So they pitch you minimum viable product as kind of a low risk way to get started with your implementation, especially if you're in the SMB community and you're really worried about cost. Let's just stand up a quick pilot. It's never a quick pilot. Implementations are hard and expensive. You need to accept that. Whether you're doing a waterfall approach or agile doesn't matter. And before you know it, they've anchored you with a foundational build that's too complex to walk back. Custom logic, sneaky SaaS contracts. You're locked in before you can even define what success looks like for you as a business, not the vendor. Big vendors have been rebranding old playbooks to stay relevant since forever. We had waterfall, and then we had agile, and then we had MVP, and then we have value stream delivery, and now we have AI accelerators, all kinds of different things, just a fancy way of selling you more shit. The model doesn't evolve, just the name. Same language, same consultants, same scope creep, same misvalue, just with a fancier name. Really, the method changes so their margin can stay. So what are you going to do instead? As a business, how are you going to define the impact and measurable outcomes you want to see from your technology, not what the vendor wants you to see or what the SI wants you to see? Before you buy anything, before you even talk to a vendor, you need to decide as the leader of your business what is going to be the outcome that you're targeting. Is it more efficiencies? Is it to reduce labor costs and to move your human operators to more strategic positions? Is it to create a better customer experience? Why do you want new tech? If you can't answer that, you have absolutely no business talking to a vendor. Reverse engineer that impact. You have to understand how your processes work before you think about any new technology. If you have a shitty processes, a terrible culture, you have bad data, technology is just going to multiply those issues, not fix them. Invest in partners, not babysitters. I don't know why everyone thinks that they only have tier 1 vendors to choose from. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Even if you have an incumbent vendor, look at your selection like you're looking at other vendors too. There are some amazing tier 2, tier 3 vendors that will actually relish at the thought of being your partner, of helping through, not controlling it on their terms, but supporting you to achieve those business outcomes that you've already defined. Your budget should match the outcomes. Do not fall into this phase 1 scope bait bullshit. Price out your total cost of ownership. Understand, even if this is going to take you years, how much it's going to cost. Hire someone to look at those SaaS contracts that has industry experience with those sneaky licensing charges. You don't need this fancy new methodology of MVP, phase 1, pilot, whatever you want to call it. You just need a backbone to say, this is my project and it's going to go the way I want it to on my timeline with my business goals.